So I bought myself a new toy. This is a Rosetta pilotAware, which I've got running off a USB power bank. This is a RAV Power power bank. This is a bit unusual in the fact that this has no way of powering itself. You have to supply a power bank or USB power of about 2.1 amps. This is a 2.4 amp output, so it's fine. They recommend Anchor power supplies, but RAV Power, this one seems to work fine, and it will last for ages on this. This is actually a Raspberry Pi in here with proprietary radio boards and stuff, and down here, if this cover comes off, you can see it's a Raspberry Pi because you've got the typical Raspberry Pi output, and you've got a USB GPS receiver and an SDR or software defined radio in there. So when you get it, the first thing they actually tell you to do is take this cover off and check everything's plugged in, which is a little bit strange for something that's aviation. Normally things are super expensive and super high quality. This one seems a little bit, it's not low quality, but it's not quite what you'd expect. Two aerials, one for the 1090 megahertz for the transponder receiving, and this is like a FLARM and also a proprietary link between the Rosettas and the ground stations. They have ground stations dotted around the country that pick up the information to help triangulate mode C and mode Charlie, mode C and Charlie and mode Sierra transponders. They use time of flight calculations and they send the data up. If you're not in contact with a ground station, it will show up as a warning anyway, saying there's an aircraft nearby, but won't give you a direction. So it's nice to know there's an aircraft nearby, and if you are in view of a tower, it will show you where it's pointing. Yeah, so you plug it in, power in, leave it a few minutes, and it shows up as a Wi-Fi hotspot, and then you log into it with either a laptop or phone, and then you can use it with anything like SkyDemon. But first you've got to go in, I'll show you the configuration of this thing. So cut to my laptop. So to log into this, and you can do this on any device that you can connect to Wi-Fi and display a web page, you go into your Wi-Fi settings and you make sure you're connected to it because it shows up as a hotspot. You connect to it. So once you're in, you can do poor.local, which doesn't work, or you could do 192.168.1.1. And there we get into the pilotAware Rosetta, and you've got a number of details here: your GPS status, barometer status, Pi status. This is an internal signal that used to communicate between different pilotAwares that are in flight, and ABSD status. That's basically what you're really looking for. Then you've got configuration that I've already done, which I won't show you because it's got license keys and stuff, but all I've done to set it up was basically read the instructions they send you, so it's nothing new. And these are the important ones: traffic, which shows you the actual aircraft that are here. Oh look, Boeing 737. And METARs, which if you're in contact with a ground station, you come up with METARs, so a list of weather or locations near you at different ground stations, different points. And then your radar, which shows you where the aircraft are. So there's two there on the screen right now. 19,500 feet in climbing, and 32,900 feet in stable. And then you can link that to your flight map, like pilotAware, what's the one? Flight Demon, Free Flight, 4Flight even, and Easy VFR Basic. Or you just have this on in the aircraft in the cockpit, and that's good enough, isn't it, to show you where the aircraft are. So here we are logged in, and we've got our GPS fix. Hopefully you can see that. GPS fix, barometer is working. We're picking up ABS-B frequencies, and the Pi signal is connected to proprietary signal. We can go into traffic, and these are the aircraft it's currently picking up. And then we go to METAR. If we look here, if we connect it to one of the ground stations, there are ground stations dotted around the country, we'll pick up the METARs and stuff, which are basically the weather reports for those who are not flight knowledgeable. And here you can see you've got an aircraft on the screen. So the aircraft in the centre is where we are, and the aircraft, that little triangle thing, is another aircraft. If I go on my phone, again I log into the pilotAware GPS hot point, Bet you can hear it above now, the aircraft. And you see here it's got 38,000 feet. So that's how high the aircraft is, right above us. So I'm going to go into VFR Basic. It says there's no interconnection, but there won't be. So this is a free GPS flight bag. Agree, yes, I know it's out of date. And on here, now this is connected to the pilotAware, we should actually see the aircraft on a live map. And this we can mount in the aircraft or near the cockpit or on the knee pad or something, so you can actually see a live map with real traffic. And we load up. And there we go. So if we zoom in, you can see that's us, and that's the current traffic there. So traffic, and there's the traffic. Oh, I can't zoom any further. So we actually get real world traffic in real time. We've got another one down here as well. So as you're flying along, us being the purple aeroplane, currently based at Rochester, you can see traffic around you in real time, not reliant on any data connection. You see he's moving away there. And again, you can see if I zoom in on him, got his call sign, we've got his altitude, so he's 29,000 feet, airspeed there of 377 knots. Currently a vehicle, so that'll be an airliner. So that's quite a nice use. So we're picking up Mode S, so that'll be an ABS-B aircraft, but we can pick up Mode S, Mode C, and FLARM. They even do positioning on Mode C and Mode S via time of flight on the signals, which is quite clever. So that's a quick overview. Hope you enjoyed that. And it's nice to have in the cockpit. And again, you can have it up on the screen on any device you can connect to the internet, really. So again, you've got him there, and we can go into traffic, and we can see more information about the aircraft that we're spotting. So again, you'll hear Mode Charlie, Mode Charlie. These are ABS-B, I believe, these ones, and their squawk code. Go to that one, we should see. Yeah, well, that's the same one, isn't it? Yeah. So I've yet to take it flying. Oh yeah, you can do some tracking stuff apparently. I think I don't read about how you do this. But yeah, it's good that you can take it flying. I need to actually go for a flight, but you know, lockdown, coronavirus, and then I'll be able to tell you exactly what it's like. But for now, thank you for watching, and see you later. And before I forget, there is actually, because this is a Raspberry Pi, a headphone socket on the outside. So you can fit a headphone cable in, and you can plug this into the auxiliary input of your radio if you've got one, or to your headsets if you've got a auxiliary in on your headset, or even, I suppose, worst case, an external speaker. But you can have voice alerts for traffic, which is quite useful. Much more useful than having a visual display, because you're not stuck looking at display. You can still have your eyes outside the cockpit. So that's also useful. So I'll do like that, and hopefully one day I'll be able to show you that in the air. Just have to get these lockdowns over with. But yeah, for now, see you later, and goodbye.